mean, they always say, it's the journey that counts. It's not the goal. It's not the destination. In having produced a movie, and I'm starting a restaurant right now, those things also remain true. So let's take the restaurant, for example. Like, we can design the restaurant. We can have like everything like fully on spec, and we'll be like, okay, this restaurant is going to cost that much, right? Like, it's going to cost $2 million to build out this restaurant. This is our dream restaurant. Now, if we were to aim for this dream restaurant now, and like, okay, we're going to have this dream restaurant. As we go through the steps, we'll be like, oh, okay, because of this engineer, we actually can't have this wall like this, which means we have to change this, right? And so now we're like, okay, well, let's fix it, let's change it, right? So that's going to cost a couple $1,000. And then something else changes, and then like the plumbing's not right, and so you have to change all these things. Basically, we are constantly having to change things back to this original dream because there's so many variables that we could not conceive of that are changing this thing. And we want our dream restaurant, instead of the $2 million build out, all of a sudden it's a $5 million build out. I think that is the case for most things. You can have that dream, but if you adhere so closely to what you had envisioned and you can't like at all stray from it, it's going to be very expensive. So unless you're rich in resources, it's really hard to actually do that. So for our method, and this is the same in film, right? Like, there's so many variables, you cannot foresee all of the different ones. So what you do instead is you have a general direction. You're like, okay, we don't know what it's actually going to look like, but we know it's going to be in this realm forward. And so every decision that we take, as long as it moves us forward, then it's fine, right? So first thing, wall has to be like this. Great, looks great. Now the next thing, the floor. Well, this floor matches the wall. And it's, of the options that we have, it is the most inexpensive and it fits so beautifully. Perfect. And then you just kind of build and build and build, and every decision you make fits with every other decision you've made, and it's still going in that direction, so that by the time you get to the end, it's kind of a surprise what it is. But it's still in that direction that you kind of planned, and it's all of a sudden it's like a $500,000 restaurant because you saved a lot of money going forward because you didn't force yourself into any decision. And so not only did you get a great deal, but you get this wonderful surprise of something that you already, like, you knew you were going to like it because it all made sense in and of itself, but you just don't know. And so I think living life is kind of like that. You don't know what you don't know. So how can you plan for it?
Thank you for joining me on this episode. If you received value, I truly, truly appreciate it. If you could leave a 5-star review, it will help the show grow. And I'd love to connect with you. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at HienVu MD. If you haven't already, pick up a copy of my book, Thrive State, at thrivestatebook.com. And remember, you are your best medicine.